Hi everyone, this is John reporting from Arcade Down Under. As always, before we kick things off, I just want to thank everyone who took the time to check out my videos, and a special shout out to those who've hit the like button and subscribed to the channel as well. I really appreciate your support. We're about like 30 subscribers or so. So thank you so much. With that said, let's get the show on the road. Now, longtime viewers of this channel will remember that I've name dropped this backpack multiple times. Well, folks, it is time to finally take a look at it. This is Alpha 19er Evade 1.0X, not to be confused with its bigger brother, Evade 1.5. Now, before we continue, I just want to give you a quick disclaimer. I've never actually used this bag, so this isn't a review. Luckily, someone very near and dear to my heart has been using this bag over a year now. I somewhat interviewed her, asked her some questions, and today we're going to take a closer look at the features of this bag. I think I'm just going to refer it as Evade 1.0 X. Evade. Let's go with Evade 1.0. I'll be sharing my 2 cents. I'm just going to be like an overview thing. Throughout the video, I will share my wife's thoughts on this particular bag. She gave me 3 likes and 3 dislikes, and we're just going to pepper this throughout the video. If you're thinking about picking up this bag or just interested in this particular bag, I hope you find this video useful. Okay, bit of history and some specs. I honestly didn't know this when I bought it, but alongside with their Weekender bag, Evade 1.0X was released as a part of Alpha 19er 10th anniversary. The size is 21 liters. The main material used on this backpack is x-pac X50, which is quite unique. Normally what you see is X42. And at the bottom, you see 1050D ballistic nylon. There's no other way to say this. This bag is built like a tank. It just screams premium from every angle. We'll go through all of those in a second. But with all those top-notch materials comes some serious weight. This thing clocks in at a whopping 3.5 pounds or 1.5 kilograms. Price at the time of filming is 550 Australian dollars. However, in July 2024, I bought this for $370, which I think it was, given the current price, I'm going to consider that as a bargain, even though it almost cost me $400. I actually bought this and the CTB26 x-pac that you saw in my earlier videos at the same time, and they arrived at the same time as well. And for a brief moment, I seriously considered returning the CTB26 and I was going to get another one of these. I bought this for my wife and I bought the CTB26 for myself. And even with the packaging as well, like this came in a very nice box, packaged quite nicely. And I was like, maybe I should just return the CTB26 and get one of these. I ended up keeping the CTB26. As you know, I'm still trying to sell it. I've already replaced that backpack for different reasons. Now let's do a little walkthrough of the backpack. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to talk about what my wife likes about the backpack and what she dislikes about the backpack. Let's start with something positive, and that is the material. I've already said that this backpack is built like a tank, and that's the first thing that she mentioned to me as well. She commutes twice a week. She goes to the city by train, and when she first started her job, she had to carry not 1 but 2 gaming laptops. As you know, those laptops are quite hefty. She felt like doesn't matter what the weather was, the gear was protected, so she didn't really have to worry about the water getting in or anything like that. Not only that, but also she would just put her bag down on everything, and she felt like everything was quite padded and her gear was protected. Let's start with the front. That brings me actually to the first thing she mentioned that she didn't like, which is this pocket right here. It's not really easy to open as well. This is the only zipper that's not TPU coated. But even normally TPU coated zippers are hard to open and close, notoriously. But this one as well, there's something, I don't know, maybe it's just particular backpack, or maybe all of those have the same problem, but it has this little kind of hat, I'm gonna call it, and water wouldn't get in or anything like that. But still, it's not smooth. So if you want to have like a quick access, I don't think you'll be able to get in and get out quite easily. It kind of goes towards the bottom. I'll just turn it sideways, just like this. And then up here, it doesn't go up. So it's just like this area. I don't know, you can put something that you don't need it as much or often, but still very hard to get into. The first bit right here is the admin panel over here. Again, because of its TPU coated, the zippers aren't exactly smooth. So that's kind of the trade-off for that. After a year, I don't see any peeling on the TPU coating as well. Like I said, she only commutes twice a week, but still, this bag has seen some difficult weather. In here, throughout this video, we'll find some odds and ends. She says she emptied most of the stuff, but there's still some stuff inside. So it seems like she just carries a little deodorant. This particular area goes all the way to the end, actually, just right here. And then if you put anything, again, so say that you have put, like, let's say, I'm just going to use a DJI bag. Let's say you put this over here, and this will make it quite hard to get into this as well. So I just don't understand why this area is there. They could just kind of remove that, I guess, trim some fat off the backpack, maybe, I don't know. So this goes all the way over there. So it's like you can just drop in whatever you like. And you have this huge hook and loop area, or Velcro, whatever you want to call it. I know that Alpha 19er sells additional admin accessories where you can just kind of put it on top as well. Obviously she doesn't need it, so she doesn't use anything like that. So we have this little deodorant over there. She has some mints, and then another bag over here, have some hand cream and balm, and quite roomy. Quickly chuck my power bank or stuff like that will fit just fine. Just put our mints back. And then we have this zipper compartment. This one goes only up until here. Again, you might want to put a little bit more sensitive items down there as well. Over here, something that she said was really surprising, because one of the things that I noticed immediately in this backpack was this keychain, which is not very traditional. I'm just going to try to bring it up close. But as you can see, this is plastic, and there's a little cutout over there. When I first saw this, I thought, I would break that in probably a week. But she actually mentioned this as a positive. She told me that she really likes this little keychain, which is not really a chain, but she says that she puts her keys over here and it's really easy to get out because of this cutout, and she thought that this was very intuitive. And as you can see, after a year, she hasn't broken it, or maybe something's wrong with me. There's another D-ring over there. You can, I guess, attach different things like a carabiner as well. You know, attach maybe hand sanitizer or anything like that. So it's kind of useful, I guess. And then this admin compartment is it, really. Let's quickly take a look at the top bit right here. This particular one, it has felt-like material, very soft, ideal for your sensitive items like a mobile phone or even like sunglasses would live there. Very easy, quick access. These pull tabs are leather, very, very premium. Everything's very premium. In a moment, I'm going to talk about this handle as well. Leather pull tabs, very premium. Now, I noticed a bit of peeling on the, I'm just going to show you. As you can see, it's like this under the black paint, there's like this copper color over there. I don't really care, honestly, but something to think about. And then this is quite smooth. You can just get in, get out, put whatever you like. Very easy. Let's dive into the main compartment. This is clamshell, but as you can see, there's a bit of it stops. It's probably like, I would say 85–90% clamshell. This particular design also affects the standing ability of the backpack. Now, my wife didn't really mention it, so it seems like she doesn't really care. But to me, that's a big thing, really. And when you put this backpack, I'm just going to demonstrate it while we're up here. So you can already see that because of that design, there's this kind of, it buckles in itself inwards over there. And then, like I said, there's nothing else in here but a laptop. But if I put it over here, it just kind of goes to the front, and this bag cannot stand on its own. I'm going to try and bring back, this actually was asked, so I'm gonna mention this one more time. This is Inotech pouch that I bought. It was quite inexpensive. You can use it as a sling as well. Let's try to see if this helps. Inside, this material, I think it's like sailcloth again, some sort of very durable, very nice. So I'm just gonna chuck this over here and then see if that helps. All right, there you go. Get yourself a $25 pouch, and then your almost $400 backpack will stand on its own. Unbelievable. I'm so, I think I'm just gonna bring this up every video, because this thing, you know, buy one of these, your bag will stand up 100% of the time. Anyway, let's go back inside. We have the main compartment, quite nice. She actually didn't want to travel with this. She decided to bring her very old backpack because she said that this was too small. So I guess if you wanted to travel with this would be like maybe a weekend backpack, but anything more than that, probably might want to use something else. I'm just gonna turn this around. So we have on the shell over here, She has all these like cables, additional mouse, like earbuds and everything. She carries that very, he has its own space as well, so it doesn't really affect what's going on over here, so it's quite nice. And then there's like this mesh area. Now I'm not a big fan of this mesh area myself. Again, she didn't really mention it, and it seems like she doesn't really use it as much because all I can find over here is some band-aids, so she must be just using it for that and nothing else. This mesh area, like it goes, it's hard to show, it goes all the way to the bottom over there, right? So normally you would put something, but then when you open this backpack, it's like folds again on top of itself, so there's not much you can put in this mesh area. So I don't know, it's there, but I don't think it's very useful. Over here we have, she has like this hairbrush, and then what does she have? She has this like a random stuff in here. Highlighter. All right, I'm happy to report that the backpack compartment actually is quite suspended quite high, so you can fit like 4 fingers in there. So your backpack protects your laptop. It'll be suspended. So from what she told me, she had one backpack over here, and then the other backpack just not in here, but just standing over here. This particular back is so padded, like unbelievably padded, which is quite nice. Interesting feature of, and I've seen this on Whitleys as well, I think. Now, if you don't have a, I'm not gonna do this all because I think it's hard to remove this. So you can see this Velcro over here, so you can just detach it and then completely press it down and then give yourself a bit more space in the main compartment if you're not carrying a laptop. So now that there's a laptop over here, you can see that this laptop eats into the main compartment over here. Again, she didn't really mention this as a con, or she didn't complain about it, but again, if you're traveling, you might want to just kind of take this Velcro, detach this Velcro, and then push it down so you can have more space in the main compartment. All right, and other than that, it's quite simple. There's no other areas. Everything is very, even this one is nicely padded as well. Extremely premium. We have this like webbing over here. You can attach different stuff as well. It's quite nice. Small, but very well built. All right. Oh, it's hard. Let's continue with the laptop compartment. This is tight. Again, she didn't complain about this, so I know that this would bug me, and I think one of the reasons that I didn't want to get another one of these and then just kept the CTB26 is the laptop compartment. Now, let's try to get this out. This is, I think, 15.6 inch, very hefty gaming laptop. It fits quite nicely. It's suspended. There's still like it goes in and out, but it's still, this is unbelievably stiff. So I don't think it's easy to just kind of get this and get it out, but not a big, for some it might not be a big deal because you get incredible padding over here. The back panel is very sturdy. This bit protects your laptop as well, but also gives you insane comfort. Let's talk about the harness. And another positive that my wife mentioned, to no one's surprise, she finds this backpack incredibly comfortable. She said that even when she was carrying 2 laptops in there, which I know it was very heavy, she said that everything was fine. Obviously, she was not happy that she was carrying 2 laptops, but with this backpack, it was easier at least. One negative that she mentioned, and you can see something's missing over here. I'll give you a second to guess. If you said sternum strap, you're right. It is missing because my wife immediately removed it. Probably after like a couple of weeks, she said, that's it. She asked me to remove it. I removed it. It had been sitting on my shelf for a very long time until I got this BP23. This is Nike Core. Again, it was like $145 backpack. Very, I guess, I don't want to say very cheap, cheaper than the other backpacks that we own as a family. It had been sitting on my shelf for a very long time, and then I really didn't like the huge branding on the sternum strap on this backpack. So I removed it, and I was quite lucky because these areas are quite similar. So I just removed this one, and I figured, you know what, I'll just use the magnetic one, Fidlock. Now, what she mentioned was when the bag was just sitting and then she just grabbed, she wanted to just grab and go and wear the backpack immediately. Now this would just kind of, now that I'm trying, it's not gonna happen, but it would just automatically click, and then she'd be like, oh crap. So she would have to unbuckle this and then wear the backpack. And it happens to me as well. I don't really care as much at this stage. I kind of got used to it. So it just clicks on by itself. So she said she didn't like it, so she wanted to remove it, and so we did. Other than that, everything else is quite premium over here. Incredibly beefy harness system, very, very comfortable. And I know I've tried this on myself as well. I just loaded this backpack again with the 2 laptops. One morning I'm like, let me just give this a try, and it was really, really comfortable. Very spacious back, sturdy as well. This mesh is breathable too. There's a huge channel over here. If I was traveling with this backpack, I would be a little bit annoyed with this particular design. It's nice that it has a luggage pass-through, but imagine you're just kind of using like this. There's no area in this backpack that is accessed from the side. It's all like from the top. It's an, you know, I guess omission, or maybe they wanted to keep these comforts, so they say, you know what, we'll put a luggage pass-through, but it has to be vertical rather than horizontal. But overall it's quite nice. All of this material is like seatbelt material, very durable as well. There are some attachment points as well. You can put like a sunglasses or anything like that. It's quite nice. Quickly talk about the water bottle pockets as well. She does carry a 750 ml or 26 ounce water bottle, but I do have a couple of these insulated 1 liter, and it fits, but just really. As you can see, this material is quite stretched over there. I've realized that the umbrella sticks out, but the water bottle stays, so that's quite nice. But the umbrella is just too small, so it just slides out. Other than that, I don't think it will fit a Nalgene, because I know the Nalgene bottles are wider than these Camelbacks. You should be able to fit a 1 liter water bottle like this. Overall, she's really happy with this. She doesn't want to sell it or anything like that. And I just wanted to feature this in the channel. It's very premium, but then again, for its size, some might find it a little bit heavy. The material is great. Overall, I think if you like sleek, kind of a corpo style, but rugged backpack. I said I was gonna talk about the handle and I completely missed it. All right, let's just quickly squeeze that in as well. This handle, leather, unbelievable. This is not something that you would want to cover with paracord or anything like that. Very, very comfortable to hold. Amazing. No notes on this particular one. This has been the Alpha 19er Evade 1.0X. If you like this sort of bag, I think you can still find it on their website, albeit a little bit expensive, especially with the shipping considered. But yeah, once again, thank you very much for watching the video, and please make sure to like and subscribe, and maybe share it with someone that you know. I'll catch you on the next one. Thank you.